I want to give you a short overview today of Tflow Approval 2.0, our latest release of our workflow and project management software. So with that, I can bring you over here to the screen. And we can see here the main dashboard window. So this is the window that the printer will see. What you can see here is that in one view, you pretty much get an overview of where everything is in your production area. So you can up here see your jobs and orders, the state that everything is in. You can filter by your customers, by your users, your date range. So in addition to seeing the statistics on each one of these jobs and what stage the job is in, so some are on hold because of pre-flight errors, some are waiting approval, waiting for artwork. These are also links. You can click on any of these and it'll take you to a listing of those particular jobs. You can drill in and find out which jobs they are, why they're waiting for revisions or approvals, and so forth. You can also do that by a list here and put in a list view, and then again sort by the job number, the customer number, the PO number, whatever it is you're looking for. As well as free text search or change the state and say, okay, show me jobs waiting for approval. Again, very quick way to go through and just find out where everything is, so nothing escapes and gets lost. Going back here to the dashboard, we should go here. Going back to the dashboard, we also have here the activity graph. We can see here's everything that's going through your system over the date range that's been assigned. So any artwork that's been created, jobs approved, and so forth. Over here is your user stats. So production managers love this function. You basically get an overview of what everybody in your shop is working on. So you can see all of your pre-press people, your CSRs, how many jobs they have each is assigned to. So for load balancing or making sure that nothing gets lost, you can see everybody's links here. And again, click on that and it'll get a listing of all their particular jobs. And then down at the bottom we have the capacity diagram, where you can assign your capacity line, so based on hours. So you can assign your operator hours. So here we have it set to 40, so 5 people times 8 hours. And you can assign here your jobs. So you can say I want to have a new hour, I'm going to assign it to, let's say, an hour. A revision will take a half hour, and subsequent revisions maybe 15 minutes. So you get a capacity diagram based on your users, if you're above or below, able to get out your working time. So in addition to this part of the dashboard, we have the activity as well. This is a running timeline of everything that's going through the system. So as soon as somebody makes a comment, uploads a file, approves a job, cancels an order, you get a real-time log of it here. These are also links. So again, something comes in, so I can click on this here, and it'll take me directly to that file, and I can see where that comment was made and reply to it, or again, contact the customer, whatever it is I need to do. The last part of the dashboard we have at the top here is this status bar. And this is user specific, so everybody logs in will have a different notifications at the top here. And what this does is it gives you a quick access to anything you haven't viewed yet. So if I want to see here, who made comments on what, again, these are links that'll take me directly to the file. So any comments people make, my customers make, any revisions that have been uploaded, any new jobs have been created, orders, jobs have been approved and are waiting to be released into production. I have a listing here and I can release any of those jobs to be downloaded automatically by Tflow Production, and in the process drop into the for printing. So it's basically my command console, so run everything here from this one screen. Now some of the other improvements we've done as well is in terms of getting files into the system. So I go here to my order and I want to bring a new job into any one of my orders. I can simply just drill in here to my order, and I can say, okay, I have a new job, and if I want to bring in a job in here, all I need to do is just select it. I can take up to 10, just drop them right into the window and click upload, and that's it. So it just uploads the file, and as soon as it's done, it immediately goes to pre-flighting. So this again can be done here internally, or it can be done by the customer. And at this point it's real time, so within a minute or so we'll get the pre-flight results. If the file's ready to be printed, everything's ready to go. If it's not, everybody's alerted within 1 or 2 minutes that this file needs a new revision or something fixed on it. So to give you a quick idea while this one's being pre-flighted, by the way, another nice thing is it doesn't lock up your system. So I just upload a file, it's pre-flighted, I can still move around in the rest of the system with no problem. So I can come over here and I'm going to go over to, actually back over here to the dashboard. So if I want to see, if I go to my jobs and say I want to view my on hold jobs, again, these are jobs that didn't pass that pre-flighting step. So in the meantime, this is still pre-flighting over here. Okay, so if I got our list here and I want to filter by on hold jobs, I'm going to show why it slowed down because it's going pretty quickly before. Okay, so any job I go into now, so if I want to take a look here, I click on this job, it opens it up for me. And again, this was on hold, so it immediately opens up the window. So it goes on hold, has a badge here, and shows me what my errors are. So again, whether it's pre-press or the CSR or the customer, the view is the same. So you get an immediate listing here of any of the problems that it's found in it. You can also set the priorities. So if you want to have here, this is an error, so you can define error. If you know a problem with a bleed or a font missing, whatever you want to define, you can define these profiles however you'd like. And you have any warnings and then other information such as transparencies involved, so your operators can have a heads up. You need to double check the obvious transparencies. So you can also do as well, you can download a report PDF. What that does is that will actually mark up in the file, it'll put red boxes around the errors, yellow boxes around any warnings if they want further information. And at this point, if they say, no, I want to go ahead and go with this job, they can go ahead and accept it, and you get a confirmation here that I'm accepting the file with pre-flagged errors. And at that point, the person who accepted is responsible for accepting this job with approving it with the errors. At this point here, you can start the normal collaboration process and add in comments. So if you want to, so a comment can be a text only, it can be a post-it note, a box frame. You can have it email any of the team members that are signed here as well. It'll appear on their status bar anyway, but if you want to make sure they get it, you can force an email over to them as well. And I'll go ahead and save the comment in here into the file. So we have our comment, and we can position now our box from where we like it to go. So again, very quick to move it around. Put here the box frame. So okay, this is the comment I want to put in here. And you see it's very quick to move the files around here in the preview, as well as the pages. So again, you can move pages here. It's blindingly fast, even on the slow Wi-Fi connection, which we're currently doing with here. So we also group the comments together in threads. So what that does is, let me just show you again a very quick example of what that looks like. If I can get it to update here for me quickly. By the way, in the meantime, this file in the background here has finished the pre-fighting step. So you see it didn't find any errors, so nothing popped up here. So it just shows us the information that we wanted to show us, but no errors, no warnings. And so this is now waiting approval, so we can say, okay, I approve it. And this now goes into the queue for jobs waiting to be released into production. It will be downloaded automatically by Tflow production and dropped into whatever the next process is, whether that be in positioning or the RIP or wherever you'd like it to go. So that job's done, we can close that one. And as I mentioned before, I wanted to show an example of a typical workflow of a job. So if I go over in here, so I'm going to go just a free text search in here, looking for a particular job I want to show. I'm going to drill into this one. Here's a good example of what it looks like. So here we have a comment made here, an original comment about this area at the top. There's a reply to it, a separate thread for this one here. Another thread jumps you over to page 4 with that thread over here, and several other comments. You see what I'm doing is I'm clicking through. This would be normally distributed among several emails with post-its put in the PDF. We have everything here online, viewable by everybody. And then the next revision here as well. So this revision has its own file history. So we go back to revision 1, we didn't lose any of that information. We go to revision 2. This is the file that's going to be going into production. This is where we have occurred. So also very, very easy to set up. So in the admin section we have here, you can set up your work groups, you can set up your companies, your work groups. You can assign which users are going to work on which companies. So again, if you have a large company, you can assign certain groups to work with. Let's say Southwest US or Northwest. You can assign who they are. And the system settings as well, very quick to set up. So you can come in here and replace, customize it with your own logos in the email program as well as what appears on the top here, the login screen and so forth. Also bring in your own data is very simple. You can import here and just import in your database and get all of your customers and so forth here immediately. So in a nutshell, that's Tflow approval.